Yo. Welcome to Thank You for Playing Podcast, where you got a few video game enthusiasts ready to give you the gaming news and fun. Today, I'm joined by Toro and my good buddy Lambo, and I am BLJ34. How you guys doing today?
What's up? Doing all right. How are you?
What's good, man? I'm fantastic. Ready to dive into the steak and potatoes, as we would say.
Meat and taters.
Yeah, that there. How's it going, everybody?
Yeah.
Good to be back.
Yes, sir. How's everybody?
Y'all all doing well?
Yeah, how's everybody week has been going so far?
Sleep, work. More sleep, more work. With a little gaming in between, playing a little bit of fork knife. You know, you might see a highlight here or two. We'll put it up on the screen right quick. Got a 10-second highlight. Check out my snipes.
That'd be another $10.
Oh yeah, I'm already in the negative, so whatever. Check out your boy highlights right quick. You know what I'm saying?
Starting out strong.
Yeah.
What about you?
Yeah, you already know. What about you, Lambo?
Oh man, it's been a week. Halfway through, and it's already been a week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Always grinding on something, you know.
I bet. Grinding on something, Way to start it off.
Yeah.
Get your mind out of the gutter, BLJ. What is wrong with you?
I don't know. Anyways.
You're gonna get us canceled real quick.
Yeah, we just cut the damn podcast on. But anyways,
not bad, but,
now it's about that time.
Not too strong.
Yeah, I know one of y'all got a question of the
wait.
whatever y'all call it.
Oh, you damn right I got a question. Y'all never answered me from last time.
I didn't even tell you how my week was.
Oh, my bad.
Tell me how your week is so I can ask you this
question. Y'all don't even love your boy, man.
Man, that's not true. Sorry, bro.
Lee, man.
Continue, please. Continue. I'm sorry.
So
tell us about your week, brother.
My sincere apologies.
Man, just let me steal the mic for once. Jeez.
All yours.
But brief history on you, boy. Y'all know I do some artwork here and there. People have asked me to do.
First time hearing of that.
Oh yeah, wow. But no, people have asked me to do commissions over the years, and I remember when I first started drawing, I would accept commissions, and then I sit down to do them, and I'll sit down for like 2 or 3 hours just looking at my paper because like I didn't want to do it. Like no matter how much money somebody was paying me, I was just like, I'm just not motivated to do this project for someone else. You know what I mean? So that's kind of been my thing for the last couple years. But more recently, you know, a couple people have asked me to do commissions, and I've been spending time on them all week doing them. So it's not as bad as it used to be. So my week has been full of that.
That is legit, getting commissions, because not only are you earning some coin, what's the best way? Your influence and your reputation is also growing and spreading throughout the land. So kudos to you, good sir.
Yeah, so that's
yeah, congrats,
thanks, man. Appreciate that. That's what I got going on. But anyways, Lambo, you said we didn't answer the question from last time. What is that? What are you talking about?
Yeah. All right. So you only get one, and you can only ever play one. Are you playing Tekken 8 or are you playing Street Fighter 6?
Whoa, that's a tough one.
That's a tough one, bro. I'm a Street Fighter guy, but man,
But Tekken 8 is beautiful.
It is, man. It's pretty delicious, if I'd say so myself. I would say just because in my history, I will always buy both games, and as time progresses, I will kind of stop playing Tekken and I'll just watch tournaments for it, but I continue playing Street Fighter. So if I'm just going with what usually happens, I would say I'll probably stick to playing Street Fighter 6 when it comes out. And on top of that, with all the new stuff, the World Tour and the custom character customization and stuff, it's really reminiscent of like old wrestling games. I don't know if you used to create a wrestler back in the day, but
Oh
That
yeah.
part right there got me super hyped. So doing that and then running around my custom made avatar, Street Fighter 6 might capture your boy's heart. Not unless Tekken 8 comes out with something just as fancy. So I'm gonna say Street Fighter 6.
So Street Fighter 6 for you, huh?
Yep.
And what about you, Toro?
Man, I'm gonna go ahead and be on the opposite faction and say Tekken 8, and I will explain to you why. Tekken, and boy, this gonna sound like I'm throwing shade. Tekken has not let me down in terms of graphics and gameplay. Their characters are always just crisp. Some of them are over the edge, and you grow to love these characters. Many of the Tekken combatants have detailed, fully fleshed out move lists. I can go back in time and reminisce how I used to grind for hours and hours learning these characters' move lists. That's why Kazuya Duck Butt Haircut Mishima, I literally can go on any game and pull off his 10-hit combo strings and some of his bread and butter combos. Another reason I want to go with Tekken 8 is BLJ. He hit the nail on the head last episode. That game looks amazing, beautiful. And I'm looking forward to two combatants staring each other in the eye and talking to each other in their native tongue. And somehow they have like a Google Translate in their ear or something, and they can understand each other and talk back to each other. And I'm just looking forward to all the new mechanics that they have in store and all the new maps. And I want to clear something up now that we're talking about one or the other. I choose Tekken 8. And last episode, I said I was not really convinced in regards to Street Fighter 6. Well, a lot can change in a week. And I even got somebody tried to hit me with a steel chair, but I dodged it. Talking about Kevin. That's you, Kevin Jenkins. But Street Fighter 6 has revitalized my interest. They have been releasing a lot of gameplay footage in regards to mechanics and all around improvements in general.
I tried to win back everybody from 5.
Definitely was groveling at my feet. I've also seen our new protege, Kimberly. Again, I'm backtracking my steps and she's starting to grow on me. I still don't know if I'm going to play her. I'm getting used to her design, but I've seen her in action jumping off the edges of the screen. Like she's climbing up the TV with these really flashy and speedy combos, and she's drawing me in. But Ken is definitely the reason that I'm hyped. Like I'm impressed with Ken's overall aesthetic and Edmund Honda. I want to try Honda. So for those listening, my standoff didn't last long, ironically. I think they hit the emergency button once I said I'm not too interested. But they released a ton of new gameplay. And hey, before you do this, look at this, look at that, look at this. So when I get my hands on the beta, hopefully I get to play the closed beta that's coming out the beginning of October. When I get my hands on that and finally get to try it, I will make a decision. But as it stands now, I'm being drawn in. I am not as standoffish as I was the last episode. But back to the topic at hand, without a doubt, Tekken 8. Especially if they show Katarina with her trademark shades and she smiles at the screen, then I'm sold. And I'm looking forward to Mishima. You know, I was so impressed with his, his badassery. I have to get my hands on the game and see what he's capable, what kind of chaos he's going to generate now, because he's just a walking badass. He does what he wants. He doesn't flinch. He doesn't show any fear. And his son, I like his son too, Jin. But as I said before, there's no way that he can beat his dad. And I'm going to stand by that. His dad is a lot more merciless and a lot more experienced than he is. Now, he will get the Goku magic, and they'll write in that he pulled in from his heart and thought of his mom and got the strength. But on paper, he can't beat his dad.
To that point, I have a question within a question about Tekken lore.
Okay.
And this may be me just making stuff up because of what I've seen in, what was it, Tekken Tag, I think.
Yes. Well, Tekken Tag, I'll already tell you it's not canon. So.
Oh, okay.
I was just going to tell you that.
I may be irrelevant, but doesn't his mom have the angel gene or something like that?
Not that I know of. They have not confirmed that. And Tekken Tag.
I thought his mom was Angel.
Oh no,
June.
no. But I will say, I think it's Tekken 4. Tekken 4, when he morphs into Devil Jin, he flies away, and you see a gang of black feathers hitting the ground, and there's a single white feather that hits the ground. And I don't know if that signifies that he's fighting his evil intentions or that signifies the presence of his mom. But from what I know, Jun Kazama is not associated with Angel whatsoever. And as badass as Tekken Tag 2 was with JC, we're going to pull up a picture of it right here just to remind people how much I love JC. But those events in Tekken Tag and Tekken Tag 2 are not canon to the story. So Unknown, Angel, Michelle Chang, Jun Kazama, they were all playable characters in Tekken Tag 2. Roger, Alex, they are not canon to the story. They're continuation. So there's that.
Gotcha. Okay. So I'm just making stuff up. Don't listen to me, people.
We won't go that far.
Well, questions on you. Are you playing Street Fighter?
Well, I would have to agree with Toro on this one. I would play Tekken 8 over Street Fighter.
Okay.
Tekken's just the game I've played more over the years, kind of like how you've played Street Fighter more, BLJ. Tekken's been the one I've played more. So I'm more interested, especially coming from Soul Calibur. I'm more interested in a 3D fighter anyway.
Okay.
So that, and it looks beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Short and sweet. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
I'm easy to please.
Yeah. So I usually don't ask this. Y'all kind of just naturally roll into it, but I just want y'all to enlighten me. Our beginning topic was really great, but Mr. BLJ or Lambo, but I'm pretty sure BLJ, are y'all going to tell the viewers, our listeners, what are we talking about today? What's good? What do we have on the blueprint today? What are we going to explain in vivid detail today?
So, as always, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe today we are talking about character costumes, character design, and some of our favorites.
That's pretty spicy.
It's very true. This is that moment. So, this is that time.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah. See, I was out of the loop.
Necessarily have to be. Doesn't have to be fighting games. Could be from any video game. Doesn't necessarily have to be an alternate skin either. It could just be the original character design. Correct.
Yeah. Legit.
So
cool.
I believe that's where we're going.
Well,
we're gonna take the viewers on this magic carpet ride with us.
Oh yeah. Well, see, hey, y'all heard him say that he's taking the viewers on the magic carpet ride, not just the listeners, the viewers. So he is volunteering to edit all this. So I don't owe him shit.
I'm still charging you for it.
See, that's baloney. But whatever. I want to clarify that. Yeah, I'm gonna stay in the negative.
I'll just give you a discount. How about that?
All right, cool. Whatever.
$9 per request.
All right, cool. So as me, being the fact that I'm the mighty Toro, as me, I'm gonna charge them first because y'all actually got me excited about
as you
this.
do.
Yeah, y'all actually got me excited about this topic. We were just talking about Tekken, right?
Yep.
So I'm about to unload on this topic with I was just talking about him, Jin Kazama. In Tekken 6, they unveiled this badass costume. Like when I saw it, it just blew me away. And I think it's called his Tekken Emperor or Tekken Warlord costume. If we could pull it up on screen here, he has like this clean white aesthetic, and he has like I don't know what that is on the side. I think it's like a lion or something. He has the Devil Jin. He has the tattoo on the back of his cape. And he looks very regal. And he looks like he's not about to play any games. He about to put foot in ass. And I just like the way he looks, you know. And he even has the gloves. Do you see the swag with those gloves? Like, man, like
the pure white gloves.
Yeah. That dude look like he means business.
Hey, he swagged on them one
It
time.
definitely looks like.
Yeah, that's what I said.
It definitely looks like God Emperor Jin.
Yeah. And a tragic tale about this costume is they never brought it back. And I'm scratching my head as to why. Like, why would you do that? Like, I know this costume is popular, so I have to pop in.
Personally spite you.
Oh, yeah, I guess so. That's big sad right there. I have to go back and pop in Tekken 6 to play with this badass costume. But nonetheless, it's badass. And on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm definitely going to give it a 10. I'm not going to rate all my costumes, but this one, I have to say, it's definitely a 10. I'm going to continue my revealing to y'all my favorite costumes. I'm going to jump on the Jin Kazama wagon again. His original Tekken 4 costume with the hoodie and the flames going down the hoodie. Man.
The jumpsuit?
Yeah, the jumpsuit, tracksuit, whatever it is. I think it's a good statement. At the end of Tekken 3, Jin was betrayed by his grandfather, Heihachi Mishima. They were in the Aztec ruins, and Heihachi turned on his grandson and gunned him down. Kind of violent, right? You know, PS1, he got shot with a gun, no blood. But the Devil Jin saves Jin. And he morphs in the Devil Jin for the first time. And he flips out and he flies away. He breaks all bonds with his grandfather, the man he trusted so much. Grandpa, how could you do that? You know what I mean? Yeah, he flew away from his grandfather. Tekken 4, they show a new Jin Kazama, new costume. He unlearned Mishima karate and learned traditional karate. And I feel like that this costume is special to me because it screams freedom. He's freed from his grandfather's evil influence, and now he's more of a hero. And that's why that costume has a special place. You know, this sounds cheesy, a special place in my heart because Tekken 4 came out and he's on the box art. And I'm like, damn, who is this? And I'm like, oh, it's Jin. So that definitely is in my favorite costumes. So how do y'all feel about that, Mug?
Well, me personally.
About that one specifically?
Yes, this costume.
Oh,
go ahead, BLJ.
Well, I like it. You know, you already put it on your list. I was going to put it on mine, but I seen that you did it already. So for me personally.
Great minds think alike, good sir. Continue, please.
I've always liked all of Jin's costumes. I mean, in Tekken 3, he had, I think it was his alternate costume. Like he had like a biker suit on or something. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah.
Orange and red.
I remember that one.
I don't like that one. I like his default one when he has the red flames on his pants. Right?
The fire pants, yeah.
And then in 4, he had, it was like the same outfit, but he had like a jacket on, but the color scheme was black and white with like gold trim.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was swag. Yeah, I thought that one was super sick. And then in 4, the one you're speaking about, for me, I was like, man, this is like the dopest Jin costume like to date. I mean, I know he has had different ones since then, but the one on 4, I like it a lot. Like it's probably one of my favorite costumes. Not 4. Oh wait, this is from 4, right? Tekken 4.
Yeah, this one is from 4.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So both of his costumes are 4. The one where he has the little jacket and he wears the black and white, and this one. I like his whole costume package in 4. So those two are my two favorites from him in general in all of Tekken. So I like this costume quite a bit.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Well, moving on now, we're gonna visit Street Fighter for a minute, and I don't have too many costumes.
Before you jump from Tekken,
okay,
I got one from Tekken that I actually like, and I mean, you know me, I don't really pay attention to costumes and stuff that much, but there's a couple that stand
I
out.
say, if
One
you
that I
finna
really
put one there,
like.
it means it's a big deal if you finna reveal a costume.
Yeah.
But what's up?
And it's a character I've liked since he came out in Tekken. I think he debuted in Tekken 3 or 4. I don't remember. But Armor King, his Tekken 7 costume.
Wow.
I really like it.
What do you know? That's one that was on my list as well.
Oh man!
No, they're taking,
So
Great minds think alike, good sir.
yeah, they're taking second one
indeed.
first.
So when we
But
talking
I
about
really
his,
like that costume.
are we talking about his default costume?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm pretty sure it's his
Is it the
default
one with
costume. The
the-
one with the fur, and he's got like the full chainmail down his arm.
Is it one he has like the red like thing at the bottom too?
Yeah,
Yes.
the little
Yeah,
red,
yeah.
like half a duster type of thing.
Oh yeah.
It's got
Yeah,
like some
that is-
kanji on there too.
Yeah, that one is very, very detailed. That is, he's definitely making a statement. So yeah, I agree. That's
And
a good costume.
it's edgy, so it speaks to me.
Oh yeah, Edgelord Lambo should have known.
Yeah,
Armor King the second.
but I've always liked Armor King since his debut, and so for them to come out with one like this, where it's not him just wearing pauldrons and he actually has more armor on, there's more detail. He's got the fur part to it as well, so it's not just him wearing nothing but metal. I really like how they took that character design and moved it away from just pants and armor.
Right.
legit.
Right.
The game is constantly evolving. The fashion statements are evolving, and that's so cool. That's super cool.
And it looks really good if you put a cowboy hat on him.
Oh man, the freedom of customization, huh?
No, that's a
Yep.
good choice though. That was definitely one on my list. That's a great costume, put together very well. I'm a fan for sure.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so
But
this
the Street Fighter?
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I'm jumping to Street Fighter. This next one is pretty much somebody's clothes didn't finish drying and they needed to go somewhere. I don't know the story between these two, but Cammy White, she was brainwashed by General M. Bison, and there's a costume that they debuted on Street Fighter 4, and she's wearing M. Bison. And if anybody international is listening to this podcast, y'all may refer to him as Dictator. But there's a costume of Cammy wearing Dictator's costume. And I'll pull it up
Why
here.
would they call him Dictator?
Because he's a dictator. In Bison, he reigns supreme. And the Japanese version, the true names, Dictator is the one, what was I going to say? Dictator is known as Vega. Vega is the Matador in R game. I'm sitting here getting stumbled up. He's the Spanish ninja. They feared a lawsuit from a very popular boxer who some people say I resemble. I beg to differ, but whatever. A very popular boxer.
I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one.
A very popular boxer. They didn't want a lawsuit from him. Oh yeah, I do not. But they didn't want a lawsuit from him back in the day, and their character was named M. Bison. So they gave the title M. Bison to Vega. They switched Vega and M. Bison's names. Then the Spanish ninja was named Balrog, but they switched Balrog and the original M. Bison, the boxer's name. So now in America, the Spanish ninja is named Vega from Balrog. The boxer's name is Balrog from M. Bison, and the dictator's name is M. Bison from Vega. Confusing, I know my lore. I think it's really cool. But back to my story, not trying to sidetrack too much because we're going over costumes, and I don't know how many we have. Cammy spent the night.
It's funny they did that because Balrog still looks exactly like that famous boxer.
Oh
in Street Fighter 2.
For sure. But they actually, I said I was going to close the lore box, but I'm going to keep it open a little longer. And to our listeners and our viewers, you should look it up. It should be on YouTube. Famous boxer, I'm just going to say it, Mike Tyson, they actually sat down with him and revealed to him that Balrog was originally named Mike Bison, and he said it was a great honor. I don't know how the younger, wilder Mike Tyson would have thought about that, but the older, experienced Mike Tyson, it's a great honor for them to portray me in this legendary fighting game. So I thought that was pretty cool. Makes me respect him even more. Definitely one of my favorite boxers. But back to my story, I get sidetracked with lore. Yeah. Cammy had a sleepover over in Bison's house. I was going to go into the lore about her, but I'll go into it another time. But Cammy had a sleepover in Bison's house, so I don't know what they were doing, but she needed some clothes, and he let her borrow his clothes. She made a couple of modifications, as you can see in this photo, but her costume here is like, it's definitely more revealing, but it's a female dictator costume, and it looks great. When they first revealed this in Street Fighter 4, I was like, holy cow, it looks great. And there's another picture here. Modders, what do they say? Doing the Lord's work. Modders do all kinds of work. And someone modded an updated Street Fighter 5 Cammy costume where she's wearing dictator's clothes. And in this photo, as you can see, she's standing right next to him. So that is badass. And that's another
see the inspiration behind it.
Yeah, for sure. And I want to take a moment to acknowledge Dictator's crest white smile. He's known for that smile. He definitely brushes like 4 times a day. Like that is God tier dentistry. Yeah, for sure. So those are my picks in regards to Cammy. Moving along.
Let me piggyback off your Cammy.
Oh yeah, for sure. Critique away.
So
or,
you guys are familiar with the Street Fighter 2 animated movie?
Yes, I am.
So in that,
I haven't watched it, but I'm aware of it.
Okay, so there's a scene where Cammy is on an assignment to assassinate like a mayor or governor or something like that. And before she gets to him, she's like in a crowd of the paparazzi. So like you can't see her, but she's like on the prowl getting ready to, assassinate this guy. But before she jumps out of the crowd, it shows her in her, it's like a red, I want to say it's a raincoat. It's like a red jacket. The red jacket she wears like over herself in some of her intros when she throws it off?
Yes.
Okay, so that version of Cammy, I think looks so sick. Even though, and I'm talking about just the movie version of her in that costume. Just because, like, I like how the hood that she wears over her head kind of goes over her eyes a little bit, so you can't see her face all the way, And then in the scene, she just like springs out of the jacket and then she assassinates the dude. So I know in later Street Fighter games, I think it might have been the Alpha series. Some of her intros, she'll have that jacket on and then she'll throw it off. But I know she can't fight in the jacket. Well, she could, but they don't have her fighting in the jacket. But that particular costume, like at least from that animated movie, I love that like shot of her when she's getting ready to assassinate the guy with her hoodie over her head. I think it's so sick. But that's fine.
Yeah, that little hood. It reminds me of the character off MVC2, BB Hood.
BB Hood, yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's my Cammy line I had for that little segment.
Oh, no problem, man. Like I said, we just get into the nitty gritty of it. I got a few more. I know neither of you are familiar with the Fire Emblem series. I love that series. They introduced Marth and Roy in Super Smash Bros. Melee, and they just gained popularity like wildfire. And due to their popularity, they released more Fire Emblem games overseas. This particular character that I'm about to bring up on the screen now, this guy, you can see from the lightning on his sword and his spiky hair, this is Ryoma. And he screams protagonist energy, but he's not protagonist, poster boy. I'm sorry, he is a protagonist. He screams poster boy energy, but he is not. He is actually the elder brother of the protagonist, of the main poster boy. So, and this particular thing, it could be a poster boy or a poster girl. You get to create, well, not create, you get to decide the character's gender, and you get to customize your character. So you can give them long hair, different color hair, the avatar of the game. And this character, whose costume we have on screen right now, he's the elder brother of that character. Ryoma is super badass. He's very strong. He's very heroic. And before I was impressed with his personality, I just saw his costume and I was like, whoa, who is this dude? Like, look at him. And he's cool. So this is another costume design, and this is his main design. I have to give this a 10 out of 10. And later on, they released this game on the Switch. It's called Fire Emblem Warriors. And you get to, it's a hack and slash game. It's inspired by the legendary series, one of my favorites, Dynasty Warriors. Y'all hear me talking about the mighty Lobu, the mighty Lubu. Y'all hear me talking about him all the time. And since those games were so popular, they made a spinoff of Fire Emblem characters, and you get to play with Ryoma, and it is so fun, and he looks so cool, and he does all his special attacks, and oh man, it's just a good time. So I want to ask y'all too, what do y'all think about his design?
I think it's pretty sick. I like his shoulder pads, and then the I don't know what his face mask crown.
Yeah, like it's more like a face guard.
Okay.
It has like the horns on the side. I think it's to intimidate his enemies.
Yeah, I like how his outfit is like a mixture of armor, and then he has like the flowy clothing at the same time. I like that. So if you like fighting him in battle, if there just happened to be a breeze, like he'll be looking pretty dope because this stuff will just be swaying in the wind, you know. But no, he looks pretty sick.
And for me, yeah, I think it does look really good. I think it's a good example of being very detailed without being over designed. Like
I was thinking the same thing. Like
it kind of comes right up to that line of over designed and stops right where it needs to stop.
Yeah, I agree. It looks really cool.
You're saying they what?
Oh no, I was going to say they crashed it. Like they popped off. Like this is. Yeah. This design is great.
Yeah, it's really well done.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Nintendo, I'm going to continue to ride the Nintendo bicycle, and I'm going to jump to this guy, Lunk. Let me correct it for those Zelda fanboys. Pick up those tomatoes. This is Link's trainee costume. I believe it's called the trainee outfit.
Wait, and I thought that was Zelda.
Oh man, you really finna get us canceled now. But this trainee costume is from, ironically, we had Fire Emblem Warriors. This is Hyrule Warriors. And it was made for the exact same reason. These games generate, an audience. And I'm one of the people standing in that audience. So look at my boy's haircut. Like, he literally looked like he goes to Triforce High. I've been informed by Longhuerta Gaming that Triforce High is an esteemed private school. So that's where he goes in this costume. I've heard that he's walked the hallways and he sees Zelda getting bullied by Ganon. And he doesn't really talk in the games, but at Triforce High, he talks and he's like, Zelda, is there a problem? Do you want to talk about it? But, you have to ask Longhuerta Gaming about that.
Let me share my emotions with you, Zelda.
Yeah. Longhuerta Gaming knows all about that.
Longhuerta Gaming!
Yeah. But, I just like the clean, preppy look that Link has. He looks like, even though it's not shining armor, he looks like a knight. Like, he looks like a goody two-shoes in this costume. Like, looks like he gets up the same time every morning, washes his hair, brushes his teeth, goes out and trains. Like he looks like he's by the book in this costume. And the blue and white, with the sword and the shield, like the color scheme really pops off. And it's a real fun costume to run around in and, create mayhem in that game because that game is pure mayhem. All the enemies on the screen. So it's pretty legit. I think I'm more than halfway through my list.
Okay.
But I
That's
wasn't
it?
going to, I don't have too many more. I'm not going to spend too much time on Link. I didn't know if y'all had anything to say about his costume. I just wanted to put it up on screen as we did just now. But I'm going to go ahead and jump to my next costume because it's legendary. It's nostalgic. It was a turning point for the series I'm about to bring up, and that's Leon Kennedy's RE4 default costume. This guy comes in RE4. I believe the president's daughter has gone missing. He's ordered to find her, and he goes to this mysterious location, and all hell breaks loose. That game was a great game, and his costume was super cool. You have many people cosplaying as Leon, and you have some cosplay stores selling the jacket. A lot of them are cheap knockoffs, but you can actually find
Most of them.
Most of them are cheap knockoffs, but you can actually find some legit threads to replicate this look.
And this is Capcom showing how to design a character that looks like a normal person and doing it well.
Yeah, they did it extremely well. Like, shout out to Capcom and shout out to Leon. Definitely my favorite male protagonist of the RE series. This game generated so much hype and it left a good taste in people's mouths that a remake is on the way. And this next photo here, it doesn't show a full body shot like our previous photo, but it shows how detailed Leon looks now. Now with more fur around the neck of the jacket. Apparently, all these years, I think the game has been out for more than 10 years. So 10 plus years later, this jacket was thrown in the closet and disregarded, and it evolved. He went and picked his jacket back up to go through the adventure again, and it grew more fur. And I'm all for it. It looks really good, super good. And I'm super excited, as BLJ would say, I'm super juiced up to play through this adventure again. Because Leon, he has this finisher where he gets his pistol out and he shoots the kneecaps of the enemy, and then he gets behind him and does this badass German suplex. It's super badass. I'm going to try, I have Resident Evil 4, and I'm going to try to get some footage right here of him doing the German suplex on an enemy. It's super badass. So I'm not gonna. What's up? What you got?
I was gonna ask, like, you said that you like that there's more fur on his outfit now. Do you feel the same way about Squall and his redesign?
Which one are you particularly talking about?
From Final Fantasy VIII, you have the original design where he only has the fur on the collar, like Leon. But then when they redesigned him for Dissidia, they gave him these hip patches with fur on them, and I don't know why.
Oh, yeah. I kind of think they went over the edge with that. It doesn't... I'm not a huge fan of it, but I can deal with it. I'm with you. I side with you. His original design without that hip fur, that's what we're going to call it. Without that hip fur, it was cooler. But it's fine. Like, I'm willing to accept it. Yellow light. You know, I'm like, but Yellow light doesn't bother me. Yeah. It doesn't bother me.
But see, I know the one you really like, though.
Which one is that?
You like his design, his redesign for Kingdom Hearts, right?
Oh, man. I didn't even want to gloat about that. Since we're talking about video game costumes, let me go ahead and throw that up on the screen. So, lore moment, Kingdom Hearts. I can't remember. I don't think it's definitely not canon with the Final Fantasy series.
Yeah.
And Kingdom Hearts, it's the second one, I believe, because he didn't make an appearance in the first one. Squall did, but his alter ego didn't. At the end of Kingdom Hearts 1, we discover that Squall wasn't able to protect the woman he loved. I'm guessing they're hinting at Renoa. She got taken by the darkness. So when we meet Squall again in Kingdom Hearts 2, he grows his hair out. Instant badassery. It's all spiky and he grows his hair out. And him and Yuffie have taken refuge, I think, in Traverse Town. And our boy Sora runs up on Squall and Yuffie. And Yuffie
It's done
calls,
up.
yeah, Yuffie calls Squall by his government name, which is Squall. And she says something, 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 Squall. And then edgelord Lambo-like character known as Squall, he looks at her and he's like, "That's Leon." So
Which is funny because I don't like this one.
Oh yeah, I love this guy. But the whole game, he doesn't refer to himself as Squall. He's Leon, and I still call him Leon to this day when he looks like that. I love that design.
Leon. I'm
moping. Yeah. Oh man, Leon Kennedy, and we have Leon Leonhardt. So there we go. It has a nice
my hair got in my eye.
But he's cool. He's cool, and I'm not going to go on about Kingdom Hearts. I'm sure y'all listening to me now know that I know my lore. But that costume, this costume made an unexpected drop-in because Lambo brought it up. But this is also one of my favorite designs. I like it a lot. So there's that.
Since I kind of shit on the Dissidia redesign of Squall, I'm going to share a Dissidia redesign that I actually like.
Okay.
The redesign for Tidus from Final Fantasy X, I think is fantastic.
Before you go any further, listeners, viewers, did you know it's not pronounced Titus? It's Tidus? Yeah, I know. Probably some weeb shit, but it's Tidus. So
stop your comments. I know you're down there typing a correction already, trying to call me out.
I thought it was cool. I didn't find out till way later, but it's Tidus. So that is legit. But
which is funny because it could have gone either way, and it makes more sense as Titus being that he's related to water, and he plays his sport is played in the water. But they went the other way with it for some reason.
They went with Tidus. Yeah.
Anyway,
and I agree with you. That design is really cool. And he is we haven't talked about I don't think we've talked about our favorite Final Fantasy characters, like a top 3 or a top 5.
That'd be hard.
Yeah, Tidus is definitely one of them. But more on that later. But I agree with you there. That costume, it's really legit.
Yeah, we'll have to dedicate a whole episode to that.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm the light is nearing the end of the tunnel because I know Bill J, he's very quiet, but he's rocking in his chair. Like, hurry up, I want to share.
I just start talking about Final Fantasy. I don't know much about it, so I just let y'all go at it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh,
so I'm still, not yet, but I'm still in the Resident Evil universe. And I'm not going to open up no lore on her because I'm going to get mad because she wasn't given a fair shot.
Is this a lore letdown possibility?
Yes, you're right. Oh, man.
Sneak peek at Lore Letdowns Volume 2.
My blood is already boiling. But there is this embodiment of perfection that is in Resident Evil 5. She's very pretty. And she's a badass. And she's Chris Redfield's partner. Her name is Sheva Olimar, and they gave her extra costume. They actually gave her a bundle of extra costumes. But one of my favorites, and you can play it in the main campaign or you can play it in mercenary mode. It's called Clubbing Sheva. I know, right? She's going out to the club.
Well, that sounds like assault.
Oh, man. I hope not. Sheva. But she has... She cuts her hair like her natural hair color is black, but in this costume, she has blonde hair. She has the hoop earrings, and she's wearing like a golden dress. It's like a top and like a skirt, and it looks really good. And the picture that we have up, do you see that cool smirk she's doing? Like she knows she's the shit, and like her personality shines through that costume. And mercenary mode. In RE4 and 5, it's very fun to play. So you get to unlock these costumes and play. It's just memories on top of memories. And I just wanted to throw that in there. That is also one of my favorite costumes. It's definitely legit. I'm going to skip all the way down and go. Let me see. What do we got here? I'm going to We'll definitely have another costume cast another time because I'll be here all day. But I'm gonna skip down to another one. I like to say that this costume is goated. It's definitely goated. Dead or Alive series. There is this crazy zany guy by the name of Zack. Not to be confused with the soldier Zack from Final Fantasy. Two different people. But Zack, he self-taught himself Muay Thai. He's chasing after this beautiful woman named Tina. But there is this costume that they released. I think they released it first in DOA 2. And ever since we've seen this costume, I have a cousin. I mention him on a lot of my podcasts. My cousin Theo, he mains Zack. And there is some crazy metallic alien costume. It looks like a Teletubby costume. And the little tentacle in the front, it lights up and it matches Zack's vibrant personality. And when we saw this costume, we were like, what is this costume? And when he taunts, he cuts the light on, cuts it off. Oh, man, it's great. This costume is perfection. It's goated. You know, my previous costumes I said are perfect 10s. Zack's Teletubby costume has to be a 12. Like, it's that great. When you're playing Dead or Alive tag team fighting.
It's so ridiculous.
And, yeah, it's ridiculous, but it's great. Yeah, but when you're playing 2v2 and Zack is your partner and you do these crazy team moves and he comes in with a costume, you can't help but laugh. It's supposed to be a competition and y'all all focus. But when Zack comes in and surfboards in on somebody and does this crazy attack and that little Teletubby antenna is like lit up, it just creates great memories. And that costume, like I said, it's goated. I don't think they could ever release a Zack costume that tops that one. I just don't see it happening. So it's definitely a 12 out of 10. And that wraps up my favorite costumes for now. Thank y'all for sticking with me.
For now.
For now. I hope my Lord and bore y'all, but I love talking about this stuff, especially in the company of my great co-host. Like, we love doing this stuff, as y'all can tell. But I'm going to throw this heated mic because I was sitting here talking into it for a while. It's already juiced up. I'm going to throw this mug to BLJ, and me and Lambo are going to take a seat and see what he has in store for us.
Cool. Well, I appreciate that. But I will say, your outfits, I really enjoyed your description of all of them. You know what I mean? I feel like you could have just said, like, I like this outfit, next. I like this outfit, next. But you actually had a lot to say about them. I like that.
Oh, yeah, man. I'm compassionate about that stuff.
Yeah. So, with my first costume, I'm going to take y'all all the way back to when I was just a little boy back in Georgia.
Rewind noise.
When he was just a wee lad.
When I was just just a young man. And I remember playing Mortal Kombat 3.
Knee high to a grasshopper.
Mortal Kombat 3, right? And big fan of the game. You know, to this day, I don't know why I was playing the games. A lot of blood everywhere. And I was just a little kid, you know.
So that's what's wrong with you.
I know, man. But one of my favorite characters in the game is Sonya Blade.
Oh, shit. That's everybody's favorite character. Shout out to Sonya Blade. Lord moment. Sorry. Geeking
I'm
out
not
again.
Part of everybody.
Oh, man. Sorry to hear that. Chun-Li is referred to as the first lady of fighting games. She was the first female character in a fighting game, right? I believe that's right. Sonya Blade is a close second. She's the second lady, and they are both near and dear to my heart. But go ahead, DLJ, continue. I just wanted to get that out there.
No. So I really like, well, before I get into her specific costume, maybe in the future we might do an episode over like cool moves, but she definitely has one of my favorite moves ever. She has the upward bicycle kick. I remember back in the day, I thought that was so sick.
Shit, I did too, especially the gibberish that she was saying when you did. I don't know what the hell she said, but I was bobbing my head to it.
Yeah, no, I always thought that was cool, man, because obviously Liu Kang was famous for the bicycle kick, and then she had her own version that went up diagonally, and I just thought that was super dope.
which I know Lambo was surprised that Liu Kang did not make my costume list.
Mm.
But
His costumes are kind of.
whoa,
Kinda
whoa,
average,
whoa, whoa. Hey, BLJ, continue, because now you're speaking blasphemy, but to be continued. Well, I told y'all don't do my boy. Don't
No,
do
so
I don't.
my favorite costume from one of them from that game is Sonya Blaze costume, but not the default green one, but it's the turquoise color of her costume.
Mm.
Oh, that looks good. That looks
Yeah, so
good.
I always liked her costume. I always thought it was really cool, but when I saw the turquoise, oh my goodness, can't get my words together. Turquoise
Blooper reel.
color scheme, I was like, man, that's it. Like, that's my color for like the whole duration of this game. Anytime I pick her, I gotta pick the turquoise color. So I always thought she looked pretty swaggy in that. And that's definitely one of my favorite costumes from that game, especially when she shoots her, I don't even know what it's called, but her fireball. I don't even know what it's called, but
Energy cores. And you just made me think about something because you said the drip. Lambo, I'm in the negatives. I don't give a shit. Pull that picture back up of Leon again. Thank you.
Okay.
Public service announcement. I meant to say this earlier. If you sit here and tell me that my boy Leon Kennedy do not have the drip, I'm gonna fight you. All right, carry on. My bad, but I had to say that because
You
there's
just stuck
no
in
way.
the past, huh?
Yeah, no, I'm not
We're
stuck
over
in the
here
past.
talking about MK3 and Toro's still sitting there ruminating on RE4.
Leon. Yeah, continue, my boy.
Leon. All right, so my next set of costumes is going to be for one character in one game, because if you guys have been listening to this podcast, you know that I am not a fan of Street Fighter V. And I'm definitely not a fan of Zangief. He's not one of my favorites.
You shut your whore mouth.
Whoa.
No, I'm just fucking.
Found somebody's weak spot.
Definitely not a fan of Zangief. And then on top of that, even though I don't like Zangief, I like his supers in most games, like how he does like a suplex and then throw you in the air and do a spinning power driver, you know.
Final atomic. Yeah. All right.
But in Street Fighter V, they gave him like a German suplex, and I don't know if he does it one time and then they repeat it with 3 different angles, or he just does it 3 different times. But his super is dookie in Street Fighter V.
Insert fart noise here.
It's super dookie.
Sound effects are $20.
All right, whatever. I'm paying for this one. I'll show you which one I want to use.
But one thing I did like about him, though, is a couple of his costumes in the game. I'm going to go with the first costume, and that is his, I want to say, Macho Man Randy Savage.
Oh, that mug is legit.
Boy.
Yeah.
Dude, that
nice
is.
When I saw that they released this, I was like, this is the best costume. Like, he literally looks like Macho Man Randy Savage. And he looked kind of ridiculous. Yeah, he got like an 80s color scheme vibe. Like, I just loved it when I first saw it.
That's so good.
Yeah, so I like it a lot. Like I said, it really gave me Macho Man Randy Savage vibes. So, and then the different color schemes with it, I liked them all, you know. So this was a pretty good costume. My second costume from the same guy. It is, I don't know if it was like his Christmas costume or whatever, but he had like a bear head. I think it is Christmas. He's looking like Santa Claus.
Yeah. I'm looking at it right
Russian
now.
Santa.
That was his winter costume. Yeah, and that mug was good.
Man, super fresh for a guy that they gave a booty super and a booty V trigger when he goes diagonal and does a lariat. I thought it all just looked dumb, but his costumes were on point. You know, especially this red, this like kind of velvety red-ish with the bear head on it. Like, I was a huge fan of this. And it sucks because I like these costumes, but I didn't ever play the character. So it was
well, let's not get started on how they ruined him in Street Fighter V.
Yeah, it was just one of those things. Like, if I was playing against somebody or even watching a tournament, I would just hope that they would wear one of these costumes. You know what I mean?
Right. Now they're both top tier.
Another one that I really
Another one
that I really like. It's more on the wrestler side. I don't know if it's anybody's favorite, but I thought it looked pretty sick. He had like this.
I'm gonna say right now that's my favorite costume of his in 5. That mug is legit. It's like you said, they really thought this through when they did that. But yeah, it even has the Z on his left side. That mug is legit.
Yeah, so I was a big fan of most of his costumes. They did him really good when it came to the costumes. I don't know why, they messed up his gameplay or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to his costumes, they did my boy right, man. They had him looking nice out there, man. Like, all of these look top tier to me. This is coming from a guy that don't even like Zangief at all, but his costumes are pretty sick. Pretty sick.
I feel like you've just been beaten up by Zangief too much over the years. Kind of like how Toro doesn't like Astaroth anymore.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess because I played Viper, I main Viper, and if you guys ever played Viper, she has a lot of inputs and stuff like that, a lot of jump cancels and the special moves and stuff. And if you mess up an input, she'll literally super jump when you don't want her to, and that's all Zangief needs is that mistake to just kill Viper in like 2 throws. You know what I mean?
And just grab you right out of the air.
Yep. But I'm gonna go to one that's a little different. It's not really video game related, but at the same time, these people are in.
Oh, you're fired.
These people are in video games, right? So I felt like like I could put them in there. But, and maybe this is a different topic we could have another day because I'm gonna just put it out there. But in WWE.
Oh, they have video games, so it's
right. Yeah, so there's a lot of video games.
A lot of video games.
But I want to say, this costume right here, to me, is probably the best costume in wrestling history. Just to me, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but this 90s Kane,
bro, hell
boy.
Yeah.
I remember when I was.
It was so good.
I remember when I was just a wee lad watching wrestling back in the day. Back when I was like, oh my gosh, Undertaker is really a dead guy fighting in real life.
Yeah.
And then they came out with,
and they're really brothers.
Yeah, they came out with the storyline that his brother was Kane. And I remember after he made his debut, I was legit scared to go to school the next day because I thought Kane was gonna get me. You know what I mean?
Oh man.
No, but his costume though, I love it, man. Like in all the earlier games when he was in the game, like I used to love to pick Kane just because of his costume. And as time progressed, he had the same costume, but it was flipped. It was like the red flames on top.
Oh yeah, they inverted the colors.
Yeah. So, big fan of the Kane color scheme. There's a lot of wrestlers out there that I like, that I enjoy very much, that I feel like have cool costumes, but his might be the coolest. And then in a close second, I'm going.
And then they screwed it up and made him take the mask off.
Yeah. So okay. Let's go into Kane real quick. So when he first came out, I don't know if you guys remember.
Lord,
I don't know if you guys remember, but
we just need to start a wrestling podcast.
When he first came out, he didn't speak. He could only speak if he had like the thing through his throat, like that. I don't even know why people have those, but like I guess they smoke a lot of cigarettes or have like throat cancer or something like that. Whatever the case may be, they use those to speak. So he used to use those, and I was like, oh, this just adds to the character. Like he's just extra scary, Then as time progressed, they took it away, and then he started speaking, and then they changed his outfit to him not having a top on at all, and then he was bald, and then there was one time where he had, I think now or the last couple of years, he's had like just a mask that I'm just not a fan of. I don't even want to look up what the mask looks like. I think it's hideous. I mean, I guess he's a hideous character, but the mask was booty. insert fart noises right here when I post this mask up. Mask was down.
That'll be $20, please.
I'm not covering it either.
No, but those two color schemes of that outfit, I love those, right? But then this one's a little more simpler, but I've always loved it. I'm gonna have to go with the Undertaker. Went back when he used to wear the black and purple. Man,
you going way back in the day.
Yeah. WW, what was it? WWF, the arcade game?
I'm pretty sure this is still WWF.
Those are the vibes. Yeah, those are the vibes that I get. WWF, the arcade game. And that game was,
you know what?
The Dead Man. That's what they call him, the Dead Man. So yeah, I'm with you there. That was some cool costumes. And for our listeners, as BLJ said, we know that it's based off of real life people, but these costumes are in the game.
Yeah, these are in the games, yeah.
And him bringing these up in this time machine, I think it's a cool tribute to those guys who gave us all that entertainment for years and years and years on end. But yeah, this is my favorite Dead Man design. But go ahead, BLJ.
Yeah, mine too. I know over the years, you know, Undertaker had different like gimmicks. He had the American Badass, which I wasn't a fan of.
So, yeah, that was so unnecessary.
I did not like that one. I will say him coming to the ring on a motorcycle was pretty dope, but overall I didn't like the American Badass thing.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, I was definitely not a fan of that one. Then he had other gimmicks as time passed, but overall his gimmick was always like it continued to be the Dead Man, but he would have different costumes on. But this purple one, the black and purple, my favorite. My second. Oh no, wait. How many costumes is that? Oh, so I did Zangief. I did Kane.
Sonya.
Oh, I did Sonya. Man, I done whipped through them. So my
speed run.
Another one.
It's fifth. You're on your fifth.
Another one that I really like.
I'm keeping track.
MK2.
Okay, back to MK.
MK2.
Yeah, dog.
Kung Lao.
Whoa, yeah, that mug. That's a good way to introduce a character.
Yeah.
Yes, they
and I feel like his outfit is really simple. Like it looks like a t-shirt that it just cut up and cut the arms off. And like he got
that's them low budget
but
days.
it looks so sick though, especially in his pose where he got the hat down, you can't see his face, and he got the kanji on his chest. And I'm not sure if that's supposed to be blue, but it also looked kind of turquoise too, like Sonya's color. I think it's blue though, but no.
I look at it as sky blue. Those pants. Yeah, like sky blue pants. Oh, maybe.
Well, that's definitely one of my favorite costumes.
I just wanted to be different.
Now, this next one, it's multiple.
That is a pretty good one.
Multiple characters in one. We kind of go down the line of these guys, but it's another MK game, right? So MK3, I'm going to say all the ninjas.
Oh. Look at this photo he got here. The gang's all here. What the hell is this? What's somebody doing their research? Come on, guys. It's picture time. Hey, that's a cool picture, though.
That is a really good picture.
I was not expecting that. Like, look at him. You're going to do this pose. I'm going to do this one. Ready?
Nah, man.
That's cool, though, yeah.
It does look like Noob Saibot doesn't have arms, though.
I know, right?
Yeah.
No, but so in the earlier MK games, I've always been a fan of all the ninjas. Like who doesn't like ninjas? You know what I mean?
You poor soul.
Well, that was one of the best of the ninja designs too, if not the best. That era, that was top tier ninja designs there. And then they started getting really weird with them, like trying to make them too realistic, and it just didn't work.
They started trying to give them their own identities and stuff. Some of them look cool, some of them did. But go ahead,
then they turned a few of them into jobbers.
Yeah.
That's a story for another pod.
I would say these days, out of all the ninjas, I really like Sub-Zero and Rain. I feel like Rain and MK11, his design was pretty sick. I was a big fan of it. I feel like he looked really good. But back in these MK3 ninjas, though, I just feel like this particular design of the ninjas, I liked it versus the first two iterations of the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, even though they're all palette swaps, I liked all the ninjas. Like, I thought they were all dope. And of course, I was a big fan of Sub-Zero and Scorpion because they, I mean, this is not a coolest move podcast, but I feel like most people would say Scorpion Spear is probably one of the coolest moves in gaming history. You know what I mean?
It's definitely one of the most iconic for sure.
Yeah, and then also Scorpion with the freeze. Like, who wouldn't want to have a move that can hit
Scorpion
you?
with the freeze.
I mean, my bad, Sub-Zero with the freeze. But who wouldn't want to have a move?
You know, Scorpion with the freeze, Sub-Zero with the spear.
Who wouldn't want to hit somebody with a move and it immobilizes them for a few seconds so you can get a hit? Like,
right.
Pretty sick.
How many times did you try to throw an ice ball as a kid?
Throw an ice ball? I feel. What do you mean, like just doing the move on the game?
Yeah, no, in real life. Like trying to do it in real life.
I will. I will.
Or were you just trying to throw a Kamehameha?
No. I will say, back when I was playing Street Fighter, I threw a whole bunch of sonic booms with throw pillows for sure.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember you sharing that on an earlier podcast.
Yeah, no, I definitely did that.
Yeah,
and a lot of imaginary Hadoukens. And then a few imaginary spears as well, for sure.
One of these days, a real Hadouken's gonna come out.
Yeah, so that's another costume. Let me take it back to Street Fighter, right? This particular character, Chun-Li, you know, she's super popular. Like, who doesn't like Chun-Li? Chun-Li is like
First lady
the
of
poster
fighting
woman
game.
of fighting games. You know what I'm saying? And back in the Alpha series, they switched up her costume and they gave her this jogging outfit, which I thought was.
Yeah, that one is good. Yeah. Let me jump on Alpha right quick, and I'm gonna let you talk about this costume. The costume design for Alpha, man, it was a whole bunch of characters with cool ass costumes. I didn't mention him, but Ken, I'm not gonna talk about him too long, and I'm not gonna tell Lambo to pull it up because I'm about out of money. But when they let him grow his hair out, and you know, me and my brother, we still refer this hairstyle to this day. Whenever we see somebody with like the long ponytail going down their back and it's tied up with like a, you know, like some string or something, we always call it the Alpha 3 ponytail. And that's homage to Ken. Like that, even though he just has on the red gi, him with that long hair, the Alpha design, that mug is legit. That mug is super legit. So yeah, go ahead. But the Alpha ponytails are legit. I said ponytails. The Alpha costumes are legit. Really, I said it for the Alpha ponytails. The Alpha costumes are legit.
Yeah, no,
these ponytails
the
are
Alpha,
great.
Chun-Li was really good though. I was a big fan of that. I remember when I first saw it, I was like, man, this is so sick. Because I've always liked Chun-Li's costume, but this one I just felt like who thought of this? You know, like who was the mastermind behind this masterpiece? You know what I mean? So I was
I see what you did there.
You see what I did there? No, that was
It's nice. It's very nice.
No, that's a super sick costume though. Another costume actually comes from the same character. And then I'm gonna go with her cop costume.
Oh yeah, that mug was cool.
Yes,
from her short-lived
Street Fighter
time
5, right?
Yeah, Street Fighter 5. And I remember when Street Fighter 5 first came out, you know, and I was really excited about it. And I saw that they had the cop costume. I was like, man, when this game comes out, I'm going to play her in her cop costume, you know? I don't know if they had released it already, but I remember speaking about it before like the game actually came out. But silly me, I didn't even end up playing Chun-Li like at all, only like practice mode or whatever. But this costume is pretty legit. You know, she's not an officer. Is she like a special agent or is she an officer?
Interpol agent.
Yeah.
Man, you know you got that. Your boy got that lore on deck. Continue.
No, but this is like the first time that they actually like gave her an outfit that kind of goes with that particular piece of her story. So I think it looks really good. I mean, it's pretty simple. She looks like a normal officer, but it just looks really good on her. You know what I mean? So big fan of that one. Now I'm gonna take it to Tekken. Take it to Tekken 4 to be exact. One of my favorite costumes in that game is from Mr. Paul Phoenix.
Yep.
Oh, look at it. Yeah, that mug is.
And once again, it's a simple outfit, just a plain white t-shirt with a folded down karate gi. But I think that looks so sick, versus his biker persona, his biker clothing.
Sometimes it's just the simple things, man.
I thought you liked his biker outfit.
No. I mean,
I thought you said before that you did.
No. Well, his biker outfit in Tekken 7 is pretty cool. Like, I like it.
But not the one from 4.
No, well, the one in 4, he didn't have a biker outfit. His other outfit was a black t-shirt and black jeans, and his hair was down.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah. But his biker outfit in Tekken 7 looks cool because he has like a shoulder pad on one side. I forget how it looks.
Looks like a Road Warriors.
Yeah. So I like that particular outfit. And his other outfits, biker outfits, aren't bad. I just like that one better in Tekken 7. But overall, this one in Tekken 4, man, I love it. Love it. Another Tekken character, this is Tekken 5. But this guy, he's pretty tricky with the footwork, with the hands, and these stances. But he threw me off with this outfit because I was like, who souped this man up in this dress-up shirt?
Man. Yeah,
oh shit, my
that
gun.
mug is legit. Or as my cousin Theo said in Tekken 2, Le Moulon. But yeah, go ahead.
I remember when they put him in the game, and I saw the pink dress shirt. I was like, what? Like, that's super sick. Then he got the white dress pants with the white dress shoes. Boy, that boy looking too fresh out there. They got that boy dressed like he's ready to go on a date. Like, you ready to go find a woman. So I was a big fan of that one for sure. What about you guys? You guys like any? Well, you already mentioned Jen from Tekken 4. What about you, Lambo? Did you
Armor King?
Oh yeah, you mentioned Armor King.
He mentioned Armor King. Yeah. Remember, Lambo ain't had no big list, so he pretty much joining in with ours. Me and you, the only costume heads that flip up and down, flip off the walls when we see cool costume.
Yeah. So now I got one it's a bit of a curveball. We've been doing a lot of fighting game costumes, and this one is not a fighting game, but it is a very popular game.
Well, that's a surprise.
It's a very popular game, though. I don't know if you guys ever played Grand Theft Auto
Tetris
San Andreas.
Oh.
But back in San Andreas, they had a character on the game that looked like Eazy-E.
Ryder.
Yeah. So I remember when the game, like they was doing promotion for the game, so they had commercials and stuff. And the first time I saw Ryder, I was like, man, they put Eazy-E in the game. I was like, that is so hard, But as time progressed, I played the game. It's probably my favorite Grand Theft Auto game out of all of them, even 5. Hopefully, 6 might be my newest favorite, even though there was a leak recently. I don't know if you guys seen any of it, but
yeah, I seen it, but it's still early in development.
I saw that it happened, but I didn't look at any of it.
It was strange because a lot of people was like, oh man, this game looks bad, doesn't look good, and the whole time I'm thinking like this is all like very early stuff. Like some of the images were like they was all gray, like grayscale, because they haven't even put color on things yet.
Yeah, it's like this is pre alpha, and you're sitting here like, oh, the game looks like trash. Blah, blah, blah. Shut up, sit down.
We know that. Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, so anyways, I remember him being in the game.
Because that game's still 10 years away from coming out?
Probably. They probably got another like 8 seasons of the online coming out, and then it's gonna come out. I don't know.
Yeah. So if you're worried about Grand Theft Auto 6, don't worry. It'll be photorealistic by the time it's out.
Oh man.
Yeah. So to bring it back to Tekken, I don't know if you guys remember this. This was in Tekken 5, but I think it was a costume that you had to make in the customization menu. But your boy Law had like this old school paperboy outfit.
Oh, so let me tell you about that
tell us.
costume, boy. You
Tell us about
Lord alert. Again, I'm gonna have to let my cousin make a cameo on this podcast or something. That costume is my cousin's favorite. I told y'all about his Zach costume, but he's a law main. And I used to call that the railroad costume. It just reminds me of like a railroad worker or something. It's like an old vintage costume.
Mm-hmm.
And that costume, from what I remember, I think it debuted. It's Tekken 5, but I don't know if it debuted on Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection. Because me and my cousin used to fight. I've mentioned this in one of the earlier episodes. There's this beautiful stage on Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection called Aurora de Australis. And I talked about it in a previous episode. Me and my cousin, it used to be martial law versus Steve Fox. And he always used to pick this costume and be, I'm about to put the paws on your ass, and we in there talking shit to each other. So you put in this costume on screen, it unlocks the memories from the past. But we had plenty of epic battles fighting each other with him in this costume and fighting at Aurora de Australis. But I don't think it's a creator costume that you had to make. I think you had to press the triangle button because everybody had a different costume if you press triangle. It was square and X and circle, but triangle was like a hidden costume or something like that. But I think it debuted in Dark Resurrection. I could be wrong and it debuted in 5, but I faintly remember it being in Dark Resurrection.
You could be right.
So I could be wrong. I
knew it was one of the versions of 5 for sure, but I remember seeing it and I was a huge fan of it because I felt like it was just so it was so different. This Bruce Lee clone got this. I don't even know what kind of hat that is. Little taxi driver hat, paperboy hat. I don't know. Train conductor hat. I don't know. The whole outfit just looked vintage-y, but it looked really good. Another outfit from Tekken. I'm going to have to take it back to Tekken 3. They had my boy souped up in Tekken 3. They had my man with this nice jacket with the fur. You guys are a fan of jackets with the fur, right? They had my
thought it was the boots.
They had my boy Heihachi out here looking too out here.
That boy was dripping swag. Look at that. Swagger like a motherfucker.
Man, they hooked my boy up though, man. Like he got the white jacket on. Then he has what's that? A red fur coat? No, it's like a burgundy fur coat. I'm not sure what color that is. But anyways, then he got the white pants with the white shoes. They said it was time for Heihachi to look sexy out here. You know what I mean? They were trying to give him the black karate gi. It was like, let's hook our boy up. So that outfit was definitely swaggy back in the day. I remember seeing that. I was like, man, that looked pretty nice. And this was at a time where I wasn't even into fashion like that. I wasn't even into like cool looking clothes. Like I was just a little kid playing games, But I saw that and I was like, man, he looks cool,
Saw that and you were like, throw me off a cliff, daddy.
Whoa! Oh, wow! No, that's all you, man. Getting thrown off the cliff by old Japanese men.
Yeah, whatever puts me out of my misery.
Why did this jump to that? Man, go to the next costume. Golly.
Hey, let me take it. Let me take it to Tekken 7 now. Same character, but his default costume. Boy, that thing is hard. Man, when they put the armor on his shoulder and the design on his pants, like I feel like there was a real big change of pace for Heihachi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Old Daimyo Heihachi.
Yeah, so I want to say in most Tekkens, he's always had the black karate gi, and then that's pretty much it. And then he's had other costumes, but he mainly has had the black karate gi in most of the games. So I really like the one with his red coat because it was a nice change of pace, And then this one in Tekken 7, it was also a nice change of pace because he had the whole armor on. He had a design on his pants like Jin does, So it was something completely new for him. I mean, the only time you ever see him with something like that is if you went to the not customer, the custom creation mode in the game or whatever, and you'd have to dress them up yourself. You know what I mean? So so for this to be his default costume, I thought they did a really good job on it. It's way better than this one they put in there from what was it, Tekken 4 when he
Oh man,
Yep.
Now that one is horrible. That's something Toro like right there.
Oh man, don't be exposing me out in front of them like that, man.
Nah, but that one,
And that one, like, it's I forget what it's called, but that's actually like a traditional Japanese warriors
Fundoshi or something like
Fundoshi?
that.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Let me see.
But yeah, like that's why he did it, because it was like a traditional warriors garb.
I just seen a naked man out there. I wasn't a fan of it.
Yep. And well, it didn't help that whenever he was fighting you, he was on player 2 side, so his ass was facing you.
Yeah.
But you were right, as
I don't
Fundoshi.
know where. Yeah, y'all are testing my knowledge today, man. Y'all got me saying all the terms, but yeah, it's Fundoshi. I don't even know how the hell I know that, but yeah, Lambo keep trying to expose me as a weeb. Maybe I am, but
I ain't trying.
But that, but yeah, that's what that is.
So I'm gonna keep it on Tekken, and I'm gonna wrap it up with this one character. But I got 2 outfits for this one character. So I'm gonna give it to my boy Kazuya.
Oh,
see,
man.
back in Tekken 4, this fool had the dress shirt and the dress pants with the red gloves on with the shades
and the logo.
I was gonna say it's the shades that did it.
I'm
though,
like, bro, like they messed with, they did this one really good. So I was a big fan of this one. It was just, and like I said before, it was a change of pace for him too, because he's always, well, actually no. In Tekken 2, he had the purple coat, like the long tail coat. The purple like dress pants,
pimp coat.
You remember that outfit? He has it in Tekken 7 too, I think.
I said if we ever had another volume of this, which we probably will, I would go with that costume. That's one of his most iconic costumes. You mean the purple suit? Yeah. That debuted in Tekken 2. And when he was a man, lore moment. Here I go. Y'all set me off again. Kazuya is a boss character in Tekken 2. You fight him right before you fight Devil. And there's this cool ass theme. It's his character theme. And after you defeat him in the purple suit, Devil arises. And then there's this slow, serene theme that plays when you fight Devil. And these mirrors are in the background. And I don't know about y'all. I know we talking about costumes, but when you're fighting Devil on PS1 in that dark room with all those mirrors, you like, boy, these are the greatest graphics I ever seen in my life. Now fast forward to 2022, and the hipsters, or well, I ain't gonna say the hipsters, the current people who just jump from graphical machine that don't appreciate art, they're like, ugh. But me, I'll still boot up the PS1 Tekken 2 and Tekken 2, and I'll still relive that moment. Lambo just put up a picture of Kazuya in a Fundoshi, so someone has a new kink of finding video game characters.
Apparently, that was a DLC.
Oh man!
Because I found that apparently that is DLC from Tekken 7. So,
okay.
Because I was just looking through all of his costumes I have a website pulled up that shows all of his costumes from every game, and that was the last one on the Tekken 7. Him in a Fundoshi.
Well, what's up? What are you about to say, Toro?
I was going to say that mug definitely made me stumble in my lore when I was explaining the mirrors. He put up a picture of Kazuya on a Fundoshi while I was talking, so yeah, I was just explaining me stumbling. Not in that way. Absolutely not. But continue.
I didn't say it anyway. I just said you got distracted.
Okay, buddy.
My next costume is actually from Kazuya.
Newsflash, pal.
My next costume is actually from Kazuya as well, but it is just his default costume. Big fan of the default costume, man.
Very iconic.
From Tekken 1, I think in Tekken 1, it was just red, just white pants, and that was it. But as time has progressed, they've added flames to it, like gold trim to it and stuff like that. And then on top of that, in later Tekkens, he has the devil gene, so his eye glows as well. In Tekken 1, he didn't have that, thing on his costume. So his basic costume, I want to say from Tekken 5 all the way to Tekken 7, I'm a big fan of just his basic costume, Looks really good. Very golden with the, what do you call it?
It's
butt
very
head,
good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Butt haircut. Yep.
So big fan of that one for sure. I'm winding it down, guys. I got 3 more.
Three
Whoa.
more.
3 more.
These
Okay.
are,
I got 1 more.
actually 4. But I'll make these real quick though.
4. Bear with us, listeners. I hope y'all having a good time. I'm sure
So
y'all are.
I've always thought this was one of the sickest.
It's the Fundoshi.
One of the sickest costumes in gaming. But it's my boy Vega. My man Vega with the, I don't know. Well, I know he's a Spanish ninja, but his tattoo of the snake on his body, like,
oh yeah.
I always thought they were super sick. And then I thought it was sick that he had the mask on. And then I always just thought it was sick that he just, in most games, well, at least like the Street Fighter 2 series, he was just always extremely fast, like really fast. It's almost like he was playing in fast forward and everybody just playing like in normal time.
Yeah, like 1.5 or 2.0 and everybody else is slow. Yeah.
So, and then I want to say on top of his costume, his moves, when he jumped off the wall at the time when I was little, I was like, man, this dude is so sick. And he could climb on the fence on his stage. I was like, boy, this dude is amazing. But definitely his default costume, I've always been a fan of it.
That is, Vega's a character that I would play if it wasn't a charge character, because I hate charge inputs.
How did you feel about him in 5 when they made him a command grab character?
I didn't play 5
at all.
I mean, I played it for like 3 hours.
Oh wow! Oh, well, what about you, Toro?
I like the new Vega mechanics. I enjoy them. It's just throughout Street Fighter V's lifespan, he was not regarded as a good character. But you know me, I go against the grain anyway. But Claw, I like the way
the grain
he played.
playing all the poster boys.
Whoa, time out. A lot of the poster boys, Ryu was regarded as garbage, and I still played him. I can't help that I'm a character loyalist.
He's the only one.
No, Ken. Ken, I don't know what Ken's rating was. I don't keep up with that stuff. Liu Kang
Ken is
goated.
consistently
like,
A tier.
He ain't going nowhere. I'm not worried about your poster boy Illuminati conspiracies. BLJ, what was you saying before we got off talk? Yeah.
So back to Street Fighter.
Yeah, back to Street Fighter.
So
let's go ahead and talk about Mitsurugi while we're at it.
Oh, man,
back in Street Fighter 1, the boxer, his name was Joe, right? Yeah, so the Joe costume that they put in Street Fighter 5 for Balrog, I loved it. When they put that in there, I was like, man, like I always, actually one thing about me when it comes to Street Fighter, I've always wanted them to put more of the Street Fighter 1 characters in future games, like Retsu, Joe, obviously they have Gen and Adon, but was it Retsu, Joe?
Eagle was in Street Fighter 1.
Yeah, Eagle, but they put him in CBS 2. But that's the only game he's been in since then. But I would love to see those characters in newer games. So hopefully in Street Fighter 6's future, like they might be DLC or something like that. I would love to see like Retsu and what's the other guy? What did I say? Retsu, Joe. Well, they might not put Joe in the game because they just gave him this costume. But
who was the monk in Street Fighter 1?
Oh, Retsu. That's the name. Oh, and then they had a ninja named Geki. Yeah, he wore purple. And he had a claw too, I think. I'm not too sure.
Oh, well, he ain't coming back then.
No, he had a claw and he looked pretty cool. But I just feel like they were some characters that they put in the game that I don't know if they just forgot about them or what, but I always thought they had pretty cool designs, but they just put them in one game and then that was it. But the Joe costume, I like that they put that little Easter egg in there. So I was a big fan of that when they did that. And then my next costume is going to be from Balrog again, but it's him with no shirt on. Pause. Not because he ain't got no shirt on, but but because I just thought it looked sick, man. Like the only time we ever seen Balrog with his shirt off, it was in I think Street Fighter 2 and Street Fighter 2, because he had a wind pose where he'll flex and his shirt will just rip off. I don't know if you guys remember that one.
In 2, didn't he rip his shirt off in 2?
That.
No.
Nah. It's like he said, he flexed, he's so big, he would flex and his shirt would
it'll rip off.
Yeah.
Been a while since I've seen that.
I try to find a clip of that so we can post that on the screen, but that was the only time he would have his shirt off. He'll flex at the end and the shirt would just like rip off. But when they put this one in the game and then he had this big chain around his neck too, like I'm really a huge fan of that one. Too bad, in Street Fighter 4, he was my main character, him and C Viper. But in 5, they changed him up so much, I just didn't even want to play him. So I would play him if I was just playing around, not taking games seriously, just to play him, or just to play him in these cool costumes. But didn't really like how he played, but his costumes were pretty cool. Even his default costume was pretty good as well. Then I got my last one.
Before you go to that, hold on.
And I feel like
Toro, you can't tell me that this is not one of your favorite designs of all time.
That mug is legit, but I will say I like it. It's cool. It reminds me of Jin Kazama, what we were talking about earlier. Pause, BLJ. We know you're on the last one, but he put this on screen. That mug is cool, but that artwork is legit. I'm not knocking it in game, and it looks cool, but it doesn't rank up there as my favorite of all time. It's not even my favorite Mitsurugi costume, but y'all will find that out on another episode.
I thought it was.
That's not it.
I thought that was your favorite Mitsurugi design.
But his hair in that costume, because that's SC2. Yeah, his hair is legit. But I know my lore, but nah, it actually is not. But I still like using that costume in battle.
Right. And going with my last costume, and I feel like Toro might have a little bit to say about this, because if I remember correctly, you said one of your costumes was from this same character as well, Sakura from Street Fighter, right?
Yeah.
I think we have
I decided to save her for another episode. I didn't go on about Sakura. She didn't make this cut this episode.
Yeah,
she wasn't good enough.
Me personally, I'm a big fan of her like default costume, but I like her color number 10 on Street Fighter 4. It's all navy blue, and then she has like the red. I don't even know what it's called. It's not called a handkerchief, but for lack of knowledge of what it is, I'm gonna call it.
It's like a scarf, right? It's just like a tie. It goes around the uniform. I think it's a scarf. If not, they get what we're talking about. It's all good.
It's a scarfy tie.
Yeah. So no, that's actually no. I'm sorry. No, I like that outfit a lot. I just like her color 10. No real lore moment about it.
No, yes.
Oh, and my bad. Well, hey, one more thing.
Hey, before he even goes, we knew this, right? Our loyal, I ain't gonna say our loyal, our veteran listeners and viewers, whenever BLJ say, "Oh, it's the last one," it's gonna be here for like 30 minutes. So I'm not surprised. But yeah, one more thing. Continue.
So this is the last one. I forgot. I was looking at my notes. This is the last.
Oh man.
This guy is from Rival.
That's what he said 4 costumes ago.
My bad.
Yeah.
This guy's from Rival Schools.
Oh,
and it's my favorite character in Rival Schools, and his name is Shoma. Big fan of him. Even though his costume is just a baseball outfit, in the game, when you're playing the game, his bat is like 5 feet long. Like, it's super huge.
That's what she said.
And it's the bat alone.
Like a great
Yeah,
story.
like the bat alone just made me fall in love with this character. And then like
and I was gonna
What's
say I like it because it's a baseball uniform.
Yeah.
But what is going on with that bat?
Oh, what do you mean? He got like a belt on. Oh wait, no.
Like, why is it so? Why does he have a 5 foot long bat?
Oh, like it's even
To regulate.
it's even
Get their ass in line. I'm more concerned than how much hair gel did he put on his hair to squeeze through the opening of that hat.
Right.
Like, look at it. I'm not dissing him, but that's some swag
Yeah,
points
so,
right there.
Definitely got a bottle of "Gotta Be Glued" at home.
yeah. So in action, when you watch him like fight, like the bat is actually like a little longer than that. So he slang that thing around. You know what I'm saying? He let people know he in the building. You know what I mean?
Slang that thing.
You know what I mean? But yeah, so big fan of that outfit. And then he has different colors of the outfit. Like he has a red variation of it. He has a blue variation of it. I just like him as a character altogether. You know, I think he's pretty cool. So those are all my outfits, man. I know I was long-winded, but I had a lot of outfits to get through, man. And those are some of my
That's all
favorites.
good.
Some of my favorites.
I enjoyed learning, about your picks, and then I enjoyed the lore moments that I got to share with our listeners because those picks activated some dormant lore.
I'm gonna let you take us out on some lore then with a character that I know you like, but I'm not sure how you feel about his design. But
Okay,
I really
lay it on
like
me.
this character design. Good old Auron from Final Fantasy X.
Ah, man. So this is me exiting with this lore. That is a good pick. It's crazy how you said you didn't have that many picks, but your picks are fantastic picks. That design screams badassery. That design, how can I put it? It describes his demeanor. Like it's not too wild of a design. It's like calm. You know what I mean? It's like a calm, I don't want to say exotic, but it's battle hardened. He just has a traditional robe, and there's nothing wrong with his arm. That's the thing I did not get about Auron from Final Fantasy X. But he rests his arm in his robe, and the opening of it, like there's something wrong, like a sling. But when he fights, he puts his arm back through his sleeve and he fights.
No, actually, when he fights, he pulls his arm out completely, and that side of the robe just dangles off the back. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I was thinking of Kingdom Hearts. He did that. For some reason, I didn't think he did that in Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, no.
Speaking of Kingdom Hearts,
in his reintroduction cutscene, they show him like just throwing his arm out of the opening rather than putting it back in the sleeve. And just let
got you. It's been a while since I played through 10. But Kingdom Hearts, I think he's revealed in Kingdom Hearts 2 a younger Auron. And he has the long hair and a ponytail. And yeah, those were good times. But ending this episode, I'm sure that you feel this way about that costume too. It's a really great detailed, and it's, to me, it's I don't throw around, getting tongue tied. I don't throw around iconic, too much.
Yeah.
But I do feel like his costume is iconic. Like there aren't too many Auron clones, if any, running around. And they even have the sake jug attached to his hip, like Haomaru. And isn't one of his overdrives, he uses that sake?
Yeah, he takes a swig out of it, and then what is it that he does? Oh, yeah. He starts up a tornado by swinging his big-ass sword around, throws the tornado at the enemies, and then takes a sip out of the jug and throws the jug into the tornado that, for some reason, sets the tornado on fire.
Oh, man, what the hell is he drinking? Anyways.
Fire water,
great
apparently.
Costume. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, great costume.
Yeah,
I guess
the only thing I could nitpick about
that.
this costume is the belt buckles on the sleeve.
That's just some.
Like I said, it's a nitpick.
Yep, overdone flair.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this was that time period where belt buckles were in on anything.
Belts were.
There's
on
another
everything.
character. I'll share him later. I'll probably have you. I'll spend my last $10. I'm already in the negatives. There's a character named Yashiro from the King of Fighters series, and yeah, Yashiro. He has some belt buckles, and I'm like, what is his original costume? His retro costume.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll pull that up as we go. But as they mentioned, thank y'all for hanging out with us. I love doing this. I know I say it all the time. It's been an honor. I'm parking the party wagon right now. Yeah, we hope that we've enlightened you all in regards to some of these costume designs. As usual, feel free to comment on some designs you feel like we should cover in a future episode. And with that being said, I'm going to hand the mic off to Lambo and BLJ.
Thanks for tuning in with us, to check out these outfits, these costumes. Let us know if there's any that you liked, disliked, or some that we missed, or name some of your favorites, and just remember to keep tuning in with us and grow with us. And I'm going to give it on to Lambo.
Whoa. Yep. I mean, you kind of got me flabbergasted there. I'm not really sure where to go. But yeah, be sure to smash that subscribe and like button. And I've really enjoyed kind of taking a back seat on this one and checking out all these creative character concepts that you guys have shown me that I really haven't seen a lot of them. So this has definitely been an interesting episode for me. But I hope everybody liked it. Be sure to tell your friends and be sure to hang out with us next time. Be on the lookout. Our next episode's always a week away.
Boom.
All right, guys.
All right, let's go play some rival
Y'all heard
schools.
it.
Yes!
Man, let's do it. I'm going to play Poster Boy Batu.
Show them in the building.
Of course.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right, later, y'all.
Later, guys.